Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Miami. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Throwing to start the drive. Kramer. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. Down the right sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalin Hyatt with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9, and it was the Dolphins with the road victories. For the sweep now here in Miami. Second and 10. Tua going to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Big strides. Look at him go. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer. I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there. Very similar to what we just saw. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Achane. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joseph Osai gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And he had no room to run as he's tackled. Inside the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close. They are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon Achane with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season. And those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Steps away. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive? Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
2nd and 6. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On the carry, it's Boone. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Kramer. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Finds a tight end in the middle of the field. Just a simple stick route. Decent game. Doesn't get you a whole lot, but it's pretty reliable, isn't it?
And tough to defend. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Operating from the gun, Kramer. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Jets get a bit closer. 4th and goal. The defense needed one more stand. They couldn't get it.
I just wonder if they were thinking heavy run here in that situation instead of being able to play the pass, and they were beaten on that possession.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. On play action, here's Tua rolling to his left. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Rome Odunze, 36 yards. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the side. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Kramer. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They'll look to throw again. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That's place to the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Extra point right down the middle, and the route is on here in this 1st half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Back to throw. Kramer under pressure, and they got to him again. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Quez Watkins, 52 yards. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's on his way. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Point after here coming up. And the route is on here in this first half. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Throwing after the interception, Kramer. That's into the hands of the rookie from Ole Miss. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Looking to throw. Kramer, flush to his right. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Kramer. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the... I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And it's caught. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Achane is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. A try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it.
Will wind up incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there.
Because had decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Hyatt has got it. Oh, some strong running. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalen Hyatt. Otherwise dreadful first half of football. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is... First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
20 TX. Solo left Zion.
Tua, the final shot before half. And his throw's going to be... Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The third quarter begins with a run by Achane.
How do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Up the middle, Achane to about the 48-yard. Here's Tua. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. Lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Throwing to start the drive. Kramer. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.